What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're taking a look at Diablo 4 running on Boosteroid, and this is over on the PC app, which we'll take a look at. And this is definitely one of my most anticipated games to play this year, and it's awesome to see it running so well here on the cloud. So like I said, we are on the Boosteroid PC app here with an install and play version of Diablo 4, which we'll take a look at. And we'll also take a look at my speed test here with the app as well, so you can get an idea of what I'm running here. I have 1 gigabit internet, and my latency here is really good as well. So we have a great connection for Boosteroid. Once you get into the game, this being the install and play, you might have like a little update or a quick install that happens here. And then you'll just click and launch the game yourself once that's all done. But pretty typical for their install and play versions of their games. And I haven't had any trouble with this, and seems to work really well. Getting into the game settings, we are going to be running at 1080p because that's Boosteroid's cap and 60 frames per second. I'm not using any DLSS or anything here because we are on that RTX 6000 here, and I don't really need that for this game at 1080p. And we're just going to use the high preset, though you could go up higher, or you could tweak things a bit, but just to keep it simple, we're going to do that for this video. And Diablo looks fantastic here with the high preset as well. And of course, you guys do know in the towns or the social hub areas, our performance can vary, and we're on the first real weekend of launch here, so I definitely had some rubber banding and stuttering that was happening more server side than Boosteroid side, but for the most part ran pretty well when it got to these town or social hub areas, and depending on when I was logging on, really depending on how great their performance was. But just like on other systems, when you get out away from that and you're into dungeons or out in the open world and battling and that type of thing, performance stays really good. I don't typically have stutters or major problems when it comes to getting out in these areas and playing the game. And when it comes to picture quality, Boosteroid's picture quality for Diablo 4 is really good. It's definitely better than some of the past games I've tried. We don't have a lot of pixelation and issues with the 1080p. It looks really clean and really nice here streaming on the PC, and that helps because this is not a fast movement game like, you know, racing or first-person shooter or something where that bitrate might get cranked down and you get that pixelation when you rotate or turn. We don't get any of that in this game, and it looks pretty clean almost all the time when you're playing it here. As far as latency goes and dodging or pulling off your spells or whatever the case may be, depending on what tune you're playing, latency really wasn't an issue. You saw on my network test I was about 22 milliseconds. I'm typically between 15 and 25, depending on time of day and that type of thing. And for me, input latency here has been really good. I usually compare it kind of to GFN's priority tier. That's kind of a loose comparison, but if you're used to that, it feels decent here on PC and in browser as well, because you could be playing this through your browser just as well. So you can take Diablo 4 anywhere with you with Boosteroid, and for the cost of what, around 10 bucks a month, I think they're still running at. I think they offer a pretty good service with games that other services don't necessarily have. This one's great on Shadow PC as well, but of course you're looking at a lot more money for the full cloud PC there. But anyways, guys, if you're interested, I'll have links in the description below. You could sign up for Boosteroid if you haven't already. Play Diablo or some of your other favorite games over there. Thanks a lot for coming to check out the video as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.